Dreams deferred, the allure of foreign shores. Africa, a continent brimming with potential, is often painted as a land of hardship. Despite its rich cultural heritage, natural resources, and vibrant communities, many narratives focus on the struggles faced by its people. These stories, while not unfounded, overshadow the resilience and aspirations that drive millions of Africans every day. Many young Africans facing limited opportunities and economic stagnation look beyond their borders with a mixture of hope and desperation. They spend hours researching potential destinations, dreaming of places where their skills and talents might be better appreciated and rewarded. The internet becomes a window to the world, offering glimpses of what could be. The allure of a better life, fueled by tales of prosperity in distant lands, becomes a powerful motivator. Stories of relatives or friends who have made it abroad, sending back money, and success stories ignite the imaginations of many. In classrooms and homes, discussions often revolve around the possibilities that lie beyond the horizon. They dream of escaping poverty, accessing quality education, and securing a brighter future for themselves and their families. Education is seen as a key to unlocking these dreams, and many young Africans dedicate themselves to their studies with the hope that it will pave the way to opportunities abroad. This dream, however, often morphs into a harsh reality upon arrival. The initial excitement of reaching a new land quickly gives way to the challenges of navigating an unfamiliar environment. Language barriers, cultural differences, and the struggle to find employment can be overwhelming. The journey itself is fraught with danger. Many embark on perilous routes, crossing deserts and seas, often with little more than the clothes on their backs. The harsh conditions and the constant threat of being caught or harmed make every step a test of endurance. Many risk their lives embarking on perilous journeys across deserts and seas, all for the chance at a better life. The hope of reaching a place where they can build a future for themselves and their families drives them forward, despite the immense risks involved. They are often at the mercy of smugglers, their safety and well-being hanging by a thread. These smugglers, driven by profit, show little regard for the lives they transport, leading to dangerous and inhumane conditions. The promise of a brighter future eclipses the immediate risks, a testament to their resilience and the depth of their desperation. Despite the odds, their determination to seek a better life remains unshaken, highlighting the enduring human spirit in the face of adversity. Invisible walls. Navigating a world without papers. For many African migrants, the journey does not end upon reaching foreign soil. The initial relief of arriving in a new country is often short-lived, as they quickly realize that the challenges they face are far from over. The promise of a better life is overshadowed by the harsh reality of navigating a world without proper documentation. They find themselves in a precarious position, often without proper documentation. This lack of legal status means they are unable to access basic services that many take for granted, such as healthcare, education, and legal protection. The absence of these essential services makes their daily lives a constant struggle. This lack of legal status casts a long shadow over their lives, making them vulnerable to exploitation and abuse. Employers may take advantage of their situation, offering them jobs with poor working conditions and low pay. The fear of being reported to authorities keeps them silent, unable to stand up for their rights. The fear of deportation becomes a constant companion, shaping their every move and interaction. Every knock on the door, every unexpected encounter with law enforcement sends waves of anxiety through their minds. This perpetual state of fear affects their mental health, leading to stress and depression. Without valid work permits, they are relegated to the shadows of society. They take on labor-intensive and menial jobs that are often dangerous and underpaid. These jobs are usually the ones that locals are unwilling to do, further marginalizing them and pushing them to the fringes of society. They are forced to live a clandestine existence, constantly looking over their shoulders. The fear of being discovered and deported means they avoid public places and social interactions, leading to a life of isolation and loneliness. This isolation makes it difficult for them to build a support network or find a sense of community. Simple tasks like opening a bank account or renting an apartment become insurmountable hurdles. Without proper identification, they are often turned away from banks and other institutions. This lack of access to financial services makes it difficult for them to save money or send remittances back home. The lack of legal protection leaves them exposed to unscrupulous employers and landlords who are quick to take advantage of their vulnerability. They may face unfair treatment, wage theft, and even eviction without any legal recourse. This constant state of uncertainty and instability makes it difficult for them to build a better future for themselves and their families. Shackled aspirations, the struggle for decent work. The dream of securing a well-paying job, the very reason many embarked on this perilous journey, often proves elusive. Without the necessary qualifications or recognized credentials, they are relegated to the fringes of the job market. Language barriers and cultural differences further compound their difficulties, making it even harder to break into formal employment sectors. Their lack of legal status makes them easy targets for exploitation. They are often forced to accept substandard wages and work in hazardous conditions. Their desperation for employment becomes a tool for unscrupulous employers, who are all too willing to exploit their vulnerability for profit. Trapped in the shadows, the reality of low-paying jobs. Many African migrants find themselves trapped in a cycle of low-paying, insecure jobs. They work long hours, often in physically demanding roles, for a fraction of what their documented counterparts earn. The jobs they secure are often in the informal sector, with little to no job security or benefits. They clean houses, work on construction sites, and toil in restaurants, their dreams of a better life slowly fading with each passing day. The reality of their situation stands in stark contrast to the aspirations that fueled their journey. The crushing weight of survival taxes and expenses. Even with their meager earnings, African migrants face a constant struggle to make ends meet. Every day is a battle to stretch their limited resources to cover the essentials. They often find themselves making difficult choices between paying for rent, buying groceries, or saving for emergencies. The cost of living in their adopted countries is often significantly higher than what they anticipated. Rent, food, transportation, and other basic necessities consume a significant portion of their income, leaving them with little to spare. The high cost of living can be overwhelming, especially when they are trying to support families back home. Basic necessities consume a significant portion of their income, leaving them with little to spare. Many migrants live in constant fear of not being able to afford their next meal or pay their next rent. The stress of financial instability takes a toll on their mental and physical health. Taxes further erode their hard-earned wages. Despite their undocumented status, they are often required to pay taxes, further diminishing their already limited income. The tax system can be confusing and intimidating, adding another layer of stress to their already challenging lives. Despite their undocumented status, they are often required to pay taxes, further diminishing their already limited income. The irony is not lost on them. They contribute to the economies of their host countries, yet are denied the basic rights and protections afforded to citizens. This lack of recognition and support can be disheartening and frustrating. The irony is not lost on them. They contribute to the economies of their host countries, yet are denied the basic rights and protections afforded to citizens. They work tirelessly, often in low-paying and physically demanding jobs, to build a better future for themselves and their families. Their resilience and determination are truly inspiring, but the challenges they face are immense. A sea of debt, the burden of remittances. The desire to support their families back home weighs heavily on many African migrants. They send a significant portion of their earnings back to their loved ones, even if it means depriving themselves of basic necessities. These remittances, often sent through informal channels, come at a high cost, further eating into their already limited income. The pressure to provide for their families back home becomes an additional burden. They are torn between their own survival and their obligation to their loved ones, a constant source of stress and anxiety. Isolation and despair, the mental toll of migration. The challenges faced by African migrants take a heavy toll on their mental and emotional well-being. The constant fear of deportation, the struggle to make ends meet, and the isolation of living in a foreign land can lead to feelings of loneliness, anxiety, and depression. The lack of a support system exacerbates their struggles. They are often isolated from their families and communities, left to navigate their challenges alone. The emotional toll of their experiences can have long-lasting consequences, impacting their mental health and well-being. A generation adrift, the impact on families left behind. The decision to migrate, while driven by a desire for a better future, often comes at a cost. Families are separated, with children growing up without one or both parents present. The emotional impact of these separations can be profound, leaving lasting scars on both the migrants and their loved ones. The remittances sent back home, while providing much-needed financial support, cannot replace the presence of a parent. The social fabric of communities is strained as a generation grows up with the constant reminder of their loved one's absence. A call for empathy, bridging the divide. The plight of African migrants is a complex issue shaped by a myriad of factors. It is a story of dreams deferred, of aspirations colliding with the harsh realities of a world that often views them with suspicion and prejudice. Their stories are a testament to their resilience, their determination to create a better future for themselves and their families. It is a call for empathy, for a more nuanced understanding of the forces that drive migration. It is a reminder that behind the statistics and headlines are real people with hopes, dreams, and aspirations, deserving of our compassion and support.